I don't know when this is being uploaded, but this past weekend, I just went over to my homeboy's house so we can watch WrestleMania, bro. And while I was over there, Bandai Namco just decided to drop a bomb at one of their Dragon Ball presentations. I don't even know if it was a Bandai presentation. I didn't know what was going on, I'm gonna be real. And they showed a lot. They showed some Sparking Zero DLC. They showed some Xenoverse 2 DLC. I'm assuming they showed some other stuff about the mobile game. They showed some new fighters in the Dragon Ball FighterZ game. But the main thing they showed, the main thing that everyone's getting excited about, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. Oh my gosh, yo. Whoa. Let me preface this by saying I grew up on Budokai Tenkaichi and Budokai. Both of those games, those were my childhood Dragon Ball games, right? And recently, the Dragon Ball games have actually been pretty decent. I feel like ever since Xenoverse 2 came out back 10 years ago, 2016, the Dragon Ball games have been pretty good. Xenoverse 2 was good. FighterZ, even though that's acquired taste for sure, is not my cup of tea. I can't deny that FighterZ, like, it's a good game. Like I said, it's definitely acquired taste. Dragon Ball Kakarot. Kakarot was actually a pretty open and unique take on the Dragon Ball world. And then they just recently dropped Sparking Zero, which we've been waiting for that for over a decade. What, 15 years? Now they are back with Xenoverse 3, right? They didn't really show gameplay in this. This was really a cinematic trailer. But the world that they showed in the cinematic trailer, it looks like it's gonna be huge. It actually looks like it's gonna be like low-key like Kakarot, but Xenoverse. The world in Xenoverse 3, it seems like it's gonna be huge. I feel like they can't make it small at this point, right? The story always has potential. When you're reusing Dragon Ball stories and you're putting them in like a time paradox, the stories can be endless. So I'm not really too worried about the story. I just hope that it's not insanely similar. The characters that you have, I know everybody thought that the dude with the black hair in the trailer, that was going to be like the character that you build off of, but apparently I've heard that his role is going to be similar to Trunks' role in Xenoverse 2, and the white hair dude is the guy that you're going to be editing and stuff, which, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because you're editing your character, right? Like I said, I grew up on Tenkaichi 3, I grew up on Budokai. Xenoverse was never like a huge thing to me, right? This game has insane potential though. This game actually, they could do some crazy. This could be their biggest Dragon Ball game that they've ever made ever in life, right? I didn't even think that for Xenoverse 2, but they've expanded that game to insane heights, right? But I think Xenoverse, they have a lot to prove, because they decided that they wanted to just endlessly update Xenoverse 2, right? When Xenoverse 1 came out, I was kind of still on, I was definitely still on I was definitely still on Tenkaichi 3. I was definitely playing Raging Blast 2 as well. And Burst Limit. I actually have never played Burst Limit. But those two games, they were kind of like I don't know, they were like a fever dream, bro, because everybody always talks about the good old days of Tenkaichi and Budokai, but then everybody also, when they bring up new Dragon Ball games, it always starts at Xenoverse, right? I feel like Raging Blast and Burst Limit were just so in the middle, just so in an era where Dragon Ball games were just kind of nothing. But I actually really enjoy Raging Blast 2. The Raging Blast 2 is actually a great game to me. I played that a lot. So when Xenoverse 1 came out, I played that game, and I'm gonna be real, I did not like it, bro, at all. I did not like Xenoverse 1 at all. And there was another game that came, I think it was Battle of Gods or Battle of Z. To me, that was the era where Dragon Ball games were just like, bro, Dragon Ball games are falling off. And then Xenoverse 2 came out, and I was like, bro, I don't want to play this, right? And I don't, remembering back, because like I said, this is 10 years ago, I was 13 years old. Remembering back, I think I still, like, I saw it and I was like, man, why not? You know, I asked my mom, I ain't had no job. I asked my mom, hey, can I eventually get this game? I played it for a little bit, and it just wasn't Tenkaichi 3, bro. It just wasn't Raging Blast 2 to me, bro. And then I made my channel, right? And I started up a series on Xenoverse 2. And then that's when I realized, okay, this game is actually pretty good, right? You know, I beat that and I went right back to Raging Blast 2. I went right back to Tenkaichi 3, right? I swear this game wasn't popping back in 2016, bro. But I swear maybe like 2-3 years later, they just started adding more and more to Xenoverse 2. More and more and more and more, bro. To this day, they're literally, I'm assuming they're about to add the final update because, of course, Xenoverse 3 is about to drop. And it's honestly insane how much content is in Xenoverse 2 now. From the story stuff to the side stuff to all the moves that they've added to all the characters that they've added. And it's just the concept of Xenoverse is honestly great, bro. Like I like looking back, like I haven't played Xenoverse 2 in years, but looking back and just thinking, because one of my homeboys still play Xenoverse 2. I see it. I see the appeal of Xenoverse, right? Sparking Zero gets announced. I'm excited as hell because, like I said, I was a Tenkaichi kid and I always have been, bro. It looks great. The animation looks great. It looks just like the anime. The gameplay is exactly like it was back on the PS2. And then it comes out and it's great. It's basically, bro, it's everything that I've ever asked for, right? It's basically everything that I've asked for. I can't even complain about this game. And I'm pretty sure a week after the game came out, the player base dropped by like 85%, bro. And I think maybe like a month after the game came out, I was a part of that percentage. I stopped playing. It was uninstalled on my PlayStation. I don't know why. And I think I do know why. Because Sparking Zero should have came out 10 years ago, bro. This game is 10 years late. This is a whole new generation of players. This is a whole new generation of gaming, bro. Right? And they're still adding stuff. They're still adding stuff. They're still adding new modes. They're adding new characters, adding new movesets, new costumes, all of that, right? But something just doesn't stick with this game, bro. It's just, I don't know. That time has passed. And I was talking to my homeboy, right? We were saying like, okay, maybe they'll try to bring back the Budokai series. This is before the Xenoverse 3 joint got announced, right? Maybe they'll bring back the Budokai series, you know, the side, kind of like the Tekken style Dragon Ball games. And he came to the conclusion that that's basically fighters. But I was like, nah, bro, like that's not fighters, bro. Like, fighters is cool and all, but that ain't Budokai, bro, at all. That doesn't even feel like Budokai. Because Tenkaichi was more popular than Budokai. And if they brought back Tenkaichi and that didn't even stick, there's no way Budokai would stick, right? And then they tried fighters, and I mean, yeah, that is the most similar. I've came to the conclusion that Xenoverse is just the big dog now, right? I yield. I wouldn't say I was a Xenoverse hater, but I was definitely riding Tenkaichi's coattail, right? We're not in the Tenkaichi era anymore, bro. They've missed that chance. They missed it. We're on Xenoverse now. And you know what? That's all right. And I'm excited for the new Xenoverse. I'm getting that day one, and I'm actually gonna try to play that one. I didn't play Xenoverse 2 like I feel like I should have. In a way, when the trailer came on, they played the Xenoverse 2 song. I don't know how, to me it felt nostalgic. I don't even know how that worked. But you know, maybe I'll get to the groove of Xenoverse 3 when that comes out. And yeah, go and give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe. See y'all in the next video, bro. Peace.